Greetings and salutations, my friends. How's everybody doing out there today? It is an absolutely beautiful day here in South Alabama, and we're going to get cold this weekend. And hey, I love that because I sleep like a bear when it gets cold. And also, too, it just feels like it should be cold by this time of year as we're kind of starting to get into the holiday season. But anyhow, just thought today I would share with you what I ate today on a raw vegan diet. I don't know exactly where it's going to go because I'm missing a few things here in the house. Kind of want to do something different every once in a while, even though I'm very uniform. I'll have my nice creams and my salads and my green smoothies, but I do kind of get a taste for something different from time to time. And when I get that little taste for something different, I do tend to come up with some interesting stuff in the kitchen. I come up with stuff in the kitchen all the time that's not really recipe worthy or not a recipe worthy of sharing, but it's tasty. So like I always do, I encourage you to get in your kitchen and play around a little bit, play with different ingredients, learn how to mix different ingredients, and you'll be able to feed yourself. But this morning I am having a beautiful acai bowl, although you won't be able to see any of the acai part of it here. Just underneath all the fruit here. And people ask me, how do you make this? It's no big thing. It's just frozen bananas and acai packet. I'll show it again. I've showed this before. This happens to be the brand that I use. Pitaya Foods Organic Premium Acai Berry, and it's just a packet mixed with frozen bananas. Good stuff. I'm glad I found this at the store, and I've been getting pretty decent papayas lately. I've been pleased with the last 4, 5, or 6 of them, so now I'm starting to buy them more frequently. Because the price is pretty decent, and I got to have more than just bananas this time of year, and some blueberries in there too. Now you probably won't be able to see the intricacies with this camera, but on the papaya, I squeezed a little lime juice and sprinkled a little bit of tahini on there too. Love that a little bit of spice with the fruit, but. Going to go sit down and eat this, watch Sports Center, or not Sports Center, what is it, First Take right now, see what's going to happen this weekend, and we'll be back to you here in just a bit. Went to the grocery store since breakfast, picked up a few things, and I have got myself a really nice loaded salad for lunch today. All kind of stuff in there. Like I've told you before, I try to make a game out of seeing how much I can get in there. You won't be able to see any of the lettuce, but there's a whole head of red leaf lettuce under there. Got some chopped purple cabbage. People ask me, it's just real simple. I put it in my food processor. No, I'm not sitting there chopping that up into minute pieces, but I got some purple cabbage. I got some broccoli. This is I just mainly like this for the texture. This is some zucchini I spiralized. This is some of that fermented stuff I get at my local Publix. It's a good brand. It's got red cabbage, beets, and carrots. And then I also was kind of in the mood for some cucumbers and tomatoes. So I bought myself a few tomatoes, got a couple of cucumbers, chopped it up with some onions, squeezed a little lemon juice in there, and some fresh sprouts right out of the sprouting jar. I've gotten to where they don't even get to the phase of me taking them out of the jar, putting them in a container, and putting them into the refrigerator because I've got them timed now to where they get to a certain point, and then one day I'll pull some out of the jar, and I just kind of keep watering them, pulling them out of the jar. But that's the base of my salad. Now I'm going to use a really light date-based dressing on there. But the star is just going to be a little bit because I like a wet salad. I'm not one of those people I see people that'll have a big, huge salad. It's all this lettuce and dry stuff. Oh, I just put a little bit of lemon juice on there. Good Lord, I could not choke down that stuff. I've always liked a really wet salad, but I found an avocado, a rare finding. How often do you actually find a perfectly, not too ripe, not underripe, a perfectly ripe avocado at the store? So found a couple of good avocados. I cut one of them and just chopped up some onion in there and squeezed a little lime juice in there. So this one's going to take a while. This is one of those salads where I'll sit down, maybe watch the news, watch something, and this will probably be about 45 minutes, maybe an hour at least on this salad. So going to enjoy this, and I'll be back to you when, like I say, this day's just kind of unfolding as it will. We'll see what I come back and have later. Whew. Well, as predicted, it took me well over an hour to finish that salad off. That was a big one, and I don't like to wolf my food down, although I probably still ate that kind of fast, and it took me over an hour. So last meal of the day is going to be kind of light. I've got the second half of that papaya, and I've got a couple of kiwis I cut up in there and threw a few blueberries in there. And a lot of days I'll have, if you've watched enough of these What I Eat in a Day videos, you might have thought it was going to be a green smoothie. And after that big lunch, today didn't feel it. I'll tell you kind of what I do. There's no rhyme or reason. I mean, listen, I just kind of like to show a few points, like eat your salads, throw some things in, get a lot of variety. Nobody's probably going to eat like me because I'm very erratic. And I have days like I'm kind of like up and down. Like yesterday was a heavy day. I ate real heavy all day. I tend to follow up a super heavy day. I don't like cut things. It's not like I'm restricting or, I don't need to eat this today, but I just lighten up a little bit more. And that's what I like to do when I lighten up, is have like a fruit meal for dinner. And this will be really nice here. I've got to pay attention and get more of these papayas because, like I mentioned in the first segment this morning, the papayas have actually been good. I got one the other day at a local little market that I go to, and I got one at Publix that's been good, so who knows. And before somebody asks me, how do you pick out a papaya? I don't know, you just pick them out. I don't have any tricks to them. It's generally like this. It's either good or not. I will go to a store and say I get a papaya. And I cut that, and I know, I wait, I let it sit around a little bit. I don't wait till it gets too mushy or anything, but you just kind of know. You can tell when that papaya is starting to get ripe. I cut the papaya. If it's good, I buy another one. If I get on a roll where I get 2 or 3 or 4 in a row, I'll go back and buy some, and then I'll just keep buying them. I'll buy them one at a time until I get a bad one. And conversely, if I get to a store and I buy one and I think I've cut it at the perfect ripeness and it's not good, I'll give it another try. If a couple aren't good, I don't buy anymore. So that's what it usually is. If you stumble into a place that gets good ones, they're going to get more good ones. And most of the ones that are sitting there are good. But hey, papaya's hit or miss. I didn't even, most of the time I lived in the tropics, I didn't even like papaya. Definitely before I went vegan, I did not like papaya, but you just got to get the right ones, because a good papaya, and I never thought these words would come out of my mouth, a good papaya is some of the best thing you've ever had on this planet. Now, I don't know what happened to Martha's Best papayas. Those are from Jamaica. I've actually gone to their website a few times. They don't seem to be in operation. They seem to have gone out during COVID, but those strawberry papayas, I've never had a fruit better in my life. So anyhow, actually not going to eat this right now because this is only about half an hour, 45 minutes after I ate lunch, but I wanted to go out for a walk. I'm going over to the park here in about half an hour or so, and I wanted to start uploading this video. So that's how I do it. I keep it simple. I don't like to get real fancy with it. And laziness prevents me from getting too fancy with it. I see food all the time on Instagram that's just really nice, and I'm like, nah, I'd never do that in a million years. I'm too lazy. And it's good. It's good and nutritious. I'm not talking about just strictly gourmet food. So maybe one of these days I'll have enough money where I can just hire myself a raw food chef. But anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Have a beautiful weekend. Maybe I'll do a video over the weekend. We'll see. And take care. Love you. Peace.